welcome back to the BiPolr DJ podcast. I am Jay, and I just want to say thanks for checking it out. I got like 100 streams this week. It's a tiny milestone, but hey, it's something. I think I got 60 followers the last I checked, so that's cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're digging some of the tunes, and I'm sure some of them are not your thing, but that's all right, right? We are not the same. But it's cool, open minds. It's excellent. Thanks for checking it out, man. So, I'm a big Beastie Boys fan, and I haven't played any Beastie Boys yet. Now, I first heard the Beastie Boys, obviously, with the License to Ill record. I guess, some people could have heard their more punky stuff a little bit before, but not me. I heard Fight for Your Right to Party. And I thought it was cool, and I listened to the record. It was really wild. Paul's Boutique was over my head kind of at the time. I was a little heavy metal kid, long hair, rocking to like Poison and White Snake and whatever. So I was into the Beastie Boys, but it didn't blow my mind yet. But then once I heard this track, Pass the Mic, off the Check Your Head record, I was like, boom. And that ultimately got me into hip-hop deeper. I met some new friends that way. They taught me some stuff, they just opened my ears and my mind to some stuff. And I appreciate it, and I spread the metal way their way, and now we all listen to folk music. So hey, whatever, it's all good. So, check this stuff out here, man. The Beastie Boys, Pass the Mic.
I'm always on time, nevertheless, you're and that's right, I shed light, I got no time in my life to get uptight, so what you got to say that I don't know already? I'm like Clyde, and I'm rockin' steady.
My baby girl's belly, 'cause the senator man took a bribe in hand and went and shipped my job to New Delhi. I get by. Barely get by. I barely get by. I stay a little high. I ain't gonna lie. I barely get by. I stay a little high. I ain't gonna lie.
The controversial Beastie Boys song, Pass the Mic, to start there. Yeah, the beginning of it has an unlicensed sample there. It's from a 1982 composition by James Newton named Choir. And he took them to court in 2000 and lost. And 2 more times, I believe, and lost. And we still get that Beastie Boys tune to kick our asses, and it rules. So, I'm not for ripping off people, but, it's 6 seconds long and like 3 notes all held for the same amount of time. So anyway, Beastie Boys rule, and we followed that with Everlast. I love Everlast. You'll know him from House of Pain. You'll probably know him as Whitey Ford on the I Get By tune. I love it. Lyrically, it's just, it hits home with a lot of people. It's working hard to make life happen, and boy, I guess these times it kind of maybe hits home a little more for some people. So let's lighten it up and go to Snoop Dogg. And actually, Everlast is on this track too, and it's just a fun kind of tune, man. It's kind of got a country groove, but it's not really hip hop, I don't think. But I don't know. It's a song called My Medicine. It's about weed, and it's just fun. And I'm going to follow that with crazy-ass Hank3, because he's country, he's kind of redneck, but, and his song is 6-pack of beer. So grab some weed, grab some beer, whatever you do. Maybe just sit there and listen to the tune. These are 2 fun songs. Peace.
Get them more medicated. Can you feel me? Girl, my love's gonna last just as long as my high.
and I'm high all day, every day.
You can trust every word I'm gonna say will be a lie.
Yeah, I lie sometimes. What's the use of the truth if you can't tell a lie sometimes, baby? Now dig this.
Jack starts to track up and down the hill.
Well, I'm working real hard and I'm getting paid. I'm sick of this life and I gotta get a break and I just can't get by anymore. I've been real high, I've been down low, and I live in a shack on a country dirt road. The best friend is my Magnum 44. Well, working real hard.
Damn right, Rebel Proud. That's the name of the album. The artist, Hank3. The song, Six Pack of Beer. Fun, right? You know, it's cool. He's Hank Williams III, the grandson of Hank Williams. So he does a lot of cool stuff. Musically, he's got a ton of projects. So I kind of wanted to introduce him because I will probably touch on some of those later on down the road if this keeps going. So, I met him in 2004 in Columbus, Ohio at Ozfest. And he was playing with Philip Anselmo. Some of you might know that name. He was the lead singer of Pantera. And they were playing in a band, Superjoint Ritual, together. So it was cool. I got to meet Phil because I love Pantera. But it was neat. I didn't even know Hank3 was in that band. I didn't know his music at all at that time, so I actually didn't really appreciate the short-lived conversation I had with him because I really had nothing to say to him. Just like, hey, cool, I like this band. So, I wanted to touch on some, let's say, I don't know, you can tell me, are they supergroups or not? What's a supergroup now? I don't know. What was a supergroup in 1995? Well, in my kind of genre that I was digging in 95, I was into the metal kind of thing. You know, mainly. That's my main thing. I listen to a lot of heavy music. But I listen to a ton of soft stuff too, so don't worry. The last episode was proof of that, right? So I wanted to hit Down. That was in a band with Philip Anselmo, Pepper Keenan from Corrosion of Conformity, Kirk Weinstein. He's from Crowbar, and the album was called NOLA, New Orleans. That's where they're all from. It just sounds dirty and garagey. It was during a time when Pantera there was some infighting. Philip was deep into heroin, and hey, it produced a really good record. Ultimately, it helped break up one of my favorite bands, but what can you do, man? What can you do? You just gotta get by it. But, so, I love the record. I'm gonna play the main single that first came out on it, and actually reached number 57 on Billboard. And I think the record reached 57 on Billboard, and the single made it to number 40 on mainstream rock tunes. So, then the other band I'm going to follow that with, same year, Mad Season. Lane Staley from Alice in Chains, who's no longer with us, he hooked up with Mike McCready after Mike McCready came out of rehab. He checked himself into rehab in Minneapolis, met a bass player in there named John Baker Saunders. He was kind of a blues guy from what I have read, so I don't know him too well, so I could be wrong. Feel free to blast me. When they got out, they all hooked up and jammed, and basically that first jam produced the songs Wake Up and River Deceit, which I'm going to play now. They got the drummer from Screaming Trees, Barrett Martin, and they put out a record, and I think I'll bring both these bands back together again later on down the road because they both do some real cool takes on blues. Down does a really cool, they got a couple tunes that are like, you're like, damn, that's a blues song, man. And So does Mad Season. They got an amazing blues song, and you hear Mike McCready's solos just rip. And so Mike McCready, Pearl Jam, you've heard him jam there. He does these sweet ass blues solos on this later tune I'll play one day. Or you can dig it up. They got one record out there. They might have a live album too. Anyhow, Down and Mad Season.
A head full of lies is a weight tied to my waist. The river of deceit pulls down. The only direction we flow is down.
Down and Mad Season. Both came out in 1995. Both were side projects with members from other major bands. Are they supergroups? I think they are, but they were in a genre that I dug. Neither of the records were huge, but I don't know. You tell me, supergroup or not. I think so. Anyway, I'm going to swing into a couple tunes that I just really like. They're a little more mellow. One's a cover song. It's Chris Cornell doing John Lennon's Imagine. And I saw Chris Cornell on a solo acoustic tour in Toronto. And on the songbook record that he released, I think it was 2012, and around that time. It's ridiculously overpriced now, like insane. I don't think you can find a copy online for under $250, which is silly. I got it for like $45. But I saw him in Toronto, and a few of those tracks on that album are from Toronto. The one I'm going to play is not from Toronto. It's from Milwaukee, I think. And the first song I'm going to put on is EDDIE VEDDER from the Into the Wild soundtrack. A song called Society. And anybody who knows me knows that ultimately my ultimate goal is I kind of want to get into the country, living in a small little place by a lake, and just kind of chill. That's what I want to do. I want to spin records in the woods and go fishing. So this song really talks about that, kind of, you know? Talks about, it's called Society. So I don't know, you've probably heard it, and if not, just check it out, listen to those lyrics. It's yeah, I like them. Anyway, enjoy.
Those thinking more, less is more. But if less is more, how you keeping score? It means for every point you make, your level drops. Kinda like you're starting from the top, and you can't do that. Society, you're crazy breed.
No need for greed or hunger, a brotherhood of men. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. Well, you may say I'm a dreamer.
Chris Cornell singing John Lennon. Imagine. What an amazing version of the song. What a voice on that guy. Another guy really missed, right? Unbelievable. So, I was going to end this episode with two songs that kind of sound alike that I came across. One everybody really knows for sure. I'm admittedly not super schooled in the punk category. I've just recently started diving into it deeper. So if I'm wrong, call me out, man. Blast me. But I'm sure this had been brought up somewhere a long time ago, because the first song is a Sum 41 tune, Still Waiting, off Does This Look Infected? And that was a huge song, you know. But the second tune's from a band named Therapy out of Northern Ireland, and it's from their album Trouble Gum, and the song is Screamager. And you tell me if these songs sound kind of alike, you know? I don't know, man. There's a riff in there. And listen, man, I love Sum 41. I'm not saying they're ripping people off. It's probably just an homage and all that. I have a personal story I can maybe tell about Sum 41 later on. But I am temporarily calling this little segment, this little feature that might pop up once in a while, I'm going to call it after the greatest Patrick Swayze movie ever filmed, not Dirty Dancing, Dopey, Roadhouse. So you'll remember the bar he worked at was called the Double Douche. Well, Sam Elliott shows up, his old buddy there, to help him out when he's having troubles. And what does he call it? The Double Douche. So, temporarily, I'm calling this the Double Douche. So, after that cheesy ass drum roll, man. Anyway, check out the Double Douche. Okay, let me know what you think about those two tunes. Do they sound pretty similar? I'm pretty sure you're gonna say yeah, but hey, maybe I'm out of my mind. Anyway, I am Jay, the BiPolr DJ. Check me out on Instagram. I post a few photos and facts that I find, and I post a picture of the two Illicit Ghost records I mentioned last week. I post a picture of it, you know what I mean? Said something nice about how much I love the song. And, or you could email me at bipolardj@gmail.com. If you don't like the name Double Douche, email me a suggestion or hit me up on the DMs on Instagram. DMs, wow, cool. I never say that. Anywho, next thing I'm going to make a post that says link in bio. Anyway, have yourself a good week, and I will be back in a week. Check you on the flip side. Peace.